From the president today, a return to measured tones and a message of unity. This only hours after he sounded off in a full-throated denunciation of those he sees as not sharing his views. John Yang begins our coverage.
Addressing the American Legion National Convention today in Reno, Nevada, President Trump largely stayed on message.
It is time to heal the wounds that divide us and to seek a new unity based on the common values that unite us. We are one people with one home and one great flag. What a crowd.
But at a rally organized and paid for by his re-election campaign in Phoenix Tuesday night, for 77 minutes it was Mr. Trump unscripted and unfiltered. He mocked critics of his evolving response to the violence in Charlottesville and defended his words.
He didn't say it fast enough. He didn't do it on time. Why did it take a day? He must be a racist. It took a day. I hit him with neo-Nazi. I hit him with everything. I got the white supremacists, the neo-Nazi, I got them all in there. Let's see. Yeah, KKK, we have KKK. I got them all.
But Mr. Trump did not mention what drew critics' ire, his previous remarks equating hate groups and those protesting them.
I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
As the president spoke last night, a leader of the white separatist movement, which calls itself the alt-right, tweeted, "Trump has never denounced the alt-right, nor will he." Before the speech, Mr. Trump met with Border Patrol officers along the Mexican border and later declared he will do whatever it takes to achieve a signature campaign promise, even shut down the government.
And we are building a wall on the southern border, which is absolutely necessary. Build that wall. Now, the obstructionist Democrats would like us not to do it, but believe me, if we have to close down our government, we're building that wall.
Today, House leaders in both parties rejected the idea. Speaker Paul Ryan.
I don't think anyone's interested in having a shutdown. I don't think it's in our interest to do so. I don't think you have to choose between the two.
Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi accused the president of threatening to cause chaos in the lives of millions of Americans if he doesn't get his way. She said Democrats will stand fast against the immoral, ineffective border wall. The president also said talks on renegotiating NAFTA, which began just last week, are likely headed for failure.
Personally, I don't think we can make a deal because we have been so badly taken advantage of. So I think we'll end up probably terminating NAFTA at some point. Okay, probably.
And Mr. Trump electrified the crowd by hinting at a presidential pardon for former local sheriff Joe Arpaio. He's awaiting sentencing for defying a federal court order to stop detaining suspected undocumented immigrants. He faces up to 6 months in jail.
So, was Sheriff Joe convicted for doing his job? That's what... I'll make a prediction. I think he's going to be just fine, okay?
As the president spoke, emotions ran high both inside the arena and on the streets outside where hundreds of protesters gathered. While it was mostly calm, police used tear gas after they said rocks and bottles were thrown at them. Officials reported at least 4 arrests and no injuries. Mr. Trump's Phoenix performance was reminiscent of last year's campaign, seemingly free of any constraints or inhibitions. And as in last year's campaign, it caused critics to question the president's fitness for office. On CNN, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper.
I found this downright scary and disturbing. So there are very little in the way of controls over exercising a nuclear option, which is pretty damn scary.
But Mr. Trump's core supporters loved it, and their applause, cheers, and chants were music to the president's ears. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John Yang.
And we'll have more of what Mr. Trump had to say last night and explore the reaction today after the news summary.